Hey, it's Stu here from DIYmusic.co.uk with a new plugin demo for you. This time I'm looking at Isotope's BreakTweaker, which is currently on sale at Plugin Boutique. It's about 80% off. It's a pretty good deal. I picked it up in a sale a while ago, so I've had it a while and I use it quite a bit. It's on the surface, it is essentially a sequencer. So this is your sequence here. So it plays through like that, and you can have samples, and you just drop them, and there you go. So on the surface, that's what it is. It runs as a VST. So I'm running it in FL Studio at the moment, but it works in excuse me, it works in any VST supporting DAW. It's also available in AAX and RTAS, VST and VST3. So I'm just going to adjust my mic a sec, bear with me. Sorry, I didn't tighten it up enough, so it's slowly disappearing. Right, so yeah, as you can see, that's your basic sort of sequencer functionality, but it's got a load of twists, which is why this BreakTweaker is so cool. Now, one of the first things that you can do is you can actually start altering the length of the individual instrument's track. So you've got 6 tracks here. This one's currently 4 beats. If I were to add an extra beat, see what happens now. See what's going on there? It's looping this one a little bit later than that one because I've added an extra beat. So that gives you an opportunity to start making some kind of crazy cross rhythms and stuff. Which extends the length of your bar, essentially, because of the variation that comes in there. You can right-click to delete on here, so you can also change the volume by clicking there and the length of the note there. So that's the sequencing capability. The other really cool thing that it has is micro-editing. So when you click on your note, if you look down here, you see you've got the micro-edit window. And what this lets you do is some really fun stuff where you can break your sample down into re-triggers or slices to very high levels and in lots of different ways. So if you have a quick listen to that, slow it down a bit. You see what's going on there? And to have more fun with it, you can change the tension on it. If it's not re-triggering it, it acts more like a sort of little gate thing. And you can actually have lots of different curves, which do have a kind of different effect. There's some weirder ones as you get further down. In context, as you can see, you can immediately start having quite a lot of fun with these, and it holds 24 patterns. It has options to kind of if you go down here, you could copy or the track or the pattern. So if you wanted to sort of duplicate that one onto the next one, right click again, pattern, paste pattern. There you go. So now you've got another version of it. You can kind of do something a bit different with that, maybe. You've also got a little you got fade in and fade out. You can alter that. You've got an effect that you can add on, which is mostly distortion. That is digital, raw, aliasing. The chorus is quite cool. And then a couple of filters there that you can play around with. Now you may be wondering how you control this in your DAW if you've got like a piano roll or something like that. Now what actually happens is each of these patterns is controlled by MIDI. So when you press a different note on your MIDI keyboard, so that's C4. So C4 is pattern 1, and then the next note up is the C sharp, so that's a that pattern. It's got different options here, like the latch will just keep playing whatever, and it'll always re-trigger the last one you pressed. If I turn off, or always re-trigger, it'll play through the pattern all the way through before going on to the next one. Actually, no, well, it'll continue playing the pattern as you jump between them. And that can be controlled in piano roll as well. So if go down to, if you go right down there, it starts playing your samples. Okay. Stop. Right. What did I say? C4. Yeah. So if I put a couple of notes on there, and then play that. See, it's looping the first pattern. Then my second pattern. So obviously the more patterns you have, the more you can chop and change between them. And start building up your track like that. So I mean, that's again still just scratching the surface, and that's just 2 of the tracks. So when you come in here, what you've got is choice. You can actually stack 3 things per track. They can be samples, or they can be what they call a synth. If I get a new one, so it's got its own built-in synthesizer, which is a basic sort of oscillator type synthesizer, and if I just put a note on there, so we can see what that sounds like. Basic oscillator. Lots of options. So that's my synth in there, and again, I can micro edit that. Do a pitch offset as well. That's the synth. The other really cool thing about this plugin is that you get a huge bank of samples that come with it, and they can be found here if you sort of navigate through. So yeah, let's have a shaker or something like that. It's been a bit slow. So we can, when you're editing a sample, its track shows at the top, so you can easily program it. And you got the usual controls here, solo and so on. Where's a hi-hat? Let's just get a hi-hat in there. And this one, it's also got, so let's stop it for a sec. It's also got instruments, should be in here somewhere. Synths, vocals, they're all samples, but they are samples of synths. So let's go for a stab. There should be a preview here somewhere, I don't know where it is, but you can just load it in there. So, you know, you can see, you can have a lot of fun with that. I've been playing with it for just 10 minutes and come up with a pretty kind of bizarre little riff, little loop there. And don't forget, you can still change the length of your patterns so that it gets weirder if you want. Let's add one more. Why not? For the sake of completeness. Let's have something glitchy in there. It's got these, so like I say, you get this huge bank, and also 2 bonus banks of presets, samples. It's got a load of preset loops, but you know, who wants to do presets? You just make your own. Let's double up. Let's join that glitch with a bit of noise. I'm just picking these at random. And let's put some random places and then make that. You can go much longer as well. You can go twice the length. When you get to that point, you need to use this scroller, which is it's not ideal, but you know, it's not terrible. So let's make that an odd length. Make that an odd length. And why not make let's put another kick in there. Right. You can also set the divisions by pitch. So if you want to actually have that, so you know it's going to be a specific note, you can do that. I'm barely scratching the surface here. So, you know, and that, again, is, you can start adding other effects to that if you really wanted to. If that's what you were wanting to do, something a bit fun, you could add some, I don't know, a delay or something like that. Well, Sorry about that. For some reason my sound card likes to go a bit funky now and then. And you can output to other tracks. So it doesn't. You don't have to have every track here coming out to the same track in your mixer. You may have to make sure this is set up here so that all your outputs are mapped if you're this in FL Studio. So now if I use a 1, then that snare is now coming out the next track. I'm not going to mess around with any more plugins. So hopefully that gives you a kind of a basic introduction to what is actually a really complex and powerful little sequencer that you can do just loads of stuff with. It has a lot of presets. If you want to play around, get some ideas, a lot of them are by apparently known producers who I don't know because I don't know anything. There you go. So yeah, currently on offer at Plugin Boutique. I'll drop a link in the description. It's 80% off, so it's about 30 or 40 quid, something like that, which is a bargain, really. Get it, use it, sample it, cut it up, chop it up, do whatever you want with it. Oh, one last thing that I should have just pointed out is that you don't have to use the sample bank that's with it. So you can, in fact, use your own samples. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you have like a fairly huge sample collection already, you can just literally go to your generator and drag and drop. And now you've got another one. So you can use whatever samples you want. You could use vocal samples, you could use, well, samples, whatever samples you've got. Just use them, load them up, break them and tweak them and have a load of fun. So yeah, I've been Stu from DIY Music. Thanks for checking out this plugin demo. It's been almost 20 minutes. It was supposed to be a quick one, but it's such a good plugin. I kind of had to show you as much as I could. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description. Check it out and buy it, use it, and have fun. Thank you very much. Bye.